Jayden Daniels, the second overall pick by the Washington Commanders. How good is he going to be in his rookie season? You have Cliff Kingsbury, who's going to be his offensive coordinator, and he's a really good fit for what Cliff Kingsbury wants to do offensively. I'm pretty confident he's not going to be fully running a air raid offense. This is going to be an offense that's going to be pretty balanced with some air raid concepts mixed in. But when Cliff was the head coach with the Arizona Cardinals, he did a pretty good job with Kyler Murray his first couple of years. And Kyler Murray, what is his skill set? He wants to get outside the pocket, extend plays. He can also do a lot of damage with his legs in the ground game. Jayden Daniels has a lot of similarities to what Kyler Murray has. Now, I'm not saying they are the exact same player, but in terms of being able to come in and fit well with what Cliff Kingsbury wants out of his quarterback, Jayden Daniels has a really good chance of being able to do that because he is the perfect quarterback for the style of offense that Cliff wants to run. He has great mobility. He also has a really good arm with great deep ball accuracy outside of the numbers. Terry McLaurin is probably a top 3, top 2 deep threat in the league if we're just evaluating wide receivers based off how good of a deep threat they are. It doesn't get too much better than Scary Terry, right? So you pair him up with Jayden Daniels and Jahan Dotson too to go along with that. You mean to tell me that Jayden Daniels can't put together a season where he throws for 3,300 yards, he has about 20 touchdowns through the air, and also about 7 or 8 on the ground, that Washington couldn't potentially be a playoff team with that? I mean, Jayden Daniels is the total package for the modern day quarterback in today's NFL. He has good enough arm strength to make all the tight window throws necessary. He also does a pretty good job of going through his reads and progressions in most situations. My thing with Jayden is that I want to see him do a better job of protecting himself. He took way too many big hits when he was at LSU. And when you're going into the NFL, these defensive backs and these linebackers, anytime they see a quarterback running at you as scrawny as what Jayden Daniels is, they're looking to put that fool on a stretcher. So I think that is very important this year that Jayden Daniels learns how to slide, or else he's not going to be he's not going to be around for too long. I really like Jayden Daniels a lot, and what he brings to the Commanders overall, not just as a quarterback, but as a leader. He's been putting a lot of work in this offseason. He's been one of the first guys to the facilities, one of the last guys to leave after practice. That's definitely what you want to see in your young quarterback. But for me, with how manageable the division is going to be for Washington this year, Dallas is in for a down year. The Giants aren't going to be good. There's a really good chance that you could see Jayden Daniels lead Washington into the postseason if he plays well. Now, I think that Jayden Daniels is going to be up and down this season. He's going to have some good moments, but he's also going to have some games that you look at and you say, yeah, you still have a lot of room to grow. So although I do see the upside with Jayden this year being the playoffs, realistically, I can see the Commanders being more of a 7-8 win team with him at the helm this year. I just don't think he's going to be as consistent as what we're going to see out of Caleb Williams and even Bo Nix, just because Bo Nix has Sean Payton being his OC and Chicago just has a better, more well-rounded roster than what the Commanders have. We're definitely going to see Jayden Daniels doing a lot of running because their offensive line is still a big concern. Despite the guys that they signed in free agency, they still have a lot of room to improve there. The run game, how good is that going to be? We know Jayden Daniels is going to be a factor, but can you say the same about Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson? So the situation that Jayden is in it's decent, but it definitely could be a lot better. But overall, I think you're going to see a really solid rookie season out of JD5. You know, he's not going to set the world on fire every week. He's going to have a few games that he has a couple of highlight moments. But for the most part, I think you're going to see your prototypical rookie quarterback year where it's a lot of highs and it's a good amount of lows, but you take the good with the bad. And more so, you're looking at this to be a season that Jayden Daniels can build on going into his second season at 2025.